Good morning, and this is the Crypto Day morning for today's date. Wednesday, 21st of November, 2018. All bets, trades, and of the like within one's own risk and their own reward. Very volatile market, of course. Volatile industry within the cryptocurrency market. And thus, big results are going to care. The market doesn't care if you win, doesn't care if you lose, only price pays. Within Bitcoin, of course, we've had this pattern of these matching lows in the area of around 6,000 and all of these lower highs. And it had this pattern last for several periods on the weekly time frame or for the majority of this year. Price action currently in at 44.20, so the mode has changed. A break of such the downside. Now I consider the mode in that of a bear trend, looking to make a move to price target of 3,000. If it gets to 3,000, I would change the market status to now what question mark situation. I would expect there's a good chance we're going to have a bounce from here, both on a bullish and a bearish situation. Meaning, price action comes down to 3,000. On a bullish situation, it just does what it always does, goes up. And on a bearish situation, I would expect it could have a rally up to around the 6,000 mark and then most likely falter from that point forward. So in trading analysis, whenever I see situations where something is both bullish or bearish for something to happen, I look at it as it gives you a good probability odds for quote unquote bets, trades of the like. So thus, if you're looking to be buying at 3,000, I think there's a good chance both bullishly or bearishly you can get some gains on it thereafter the fact. And if 3,000 on a move there, if you go to a key level that should have a big point of support, and in this case it is definitely that at 3,000, and it doesn't, then it could have a fast move. And don't be surprised if it has like a pierce below like 24, 25, 26 and then moves back higher, and that still to me counts as finding support at 3,000 nonetheless. But there, yeah, that's the weekly term time frame. Daily chart, of course, all of these low volatile moves have changed. Decent sized red candle down move, 4 days going sideways, double day going down, or 2 days it took in this to take its move. So far today, a little bit of a sideways, very high volatile session going on thus far. Taking a look at such on the 3-hour time frame, this line I put in represented this low. And of course, we can see after a long sideways continuous movement, the volatility has been consistent pretty much since 7 p.m. Timestamp on November 18th, or for 3 days of consistent, very high, good volatility. Obviously, what people would be looking for in day trading situations. As far as price action yields itself from here, after this sideways congestion action in here, it's having its correctionary move within the 18. If it's able to hold around this 4,400 mark, that's going to make the 18 average within this time frame flatten out, go sideways, get more neutral. Resistance, of course, has been established in at about 46.39, and then again at about 47.60. But just to finish off within Bitcoin, when we look at the 1-hour time frame, we can see that pretty much within this move, every single period has decent sized red and green candles. Looking at just one average one, which would be the 1 a.m. time frame, it has a high of 44.45, a low of 43.11. Differential is about 130 points. That works out to about 3%, and that's been the case for a vast majority of these periods, getting 2, 3, 4, 5% moves on any given hour lately, and that has so far stayed consistently as far as this time frame is concerned. We've had a situation where after this down move, things are just chopping around, and this 3 green candle movement from 1 a.m. up to 3 a.m. Eastern time has managed to have the 18 average start to barely rise, had some support within the 18 highs, but then in the last couple hours has fallen to the 18 lows. This is a big thing. If you see the story play out where it can continue to hold this 18 average, even at a low ascension rate, starts to rise, will establish resistance here above this point. Should easily have a good chance in not only getting to this, but have a decent size gain. 5,200 because that lines in. That was a key level of support, so that's definitely short-term areas of possible resistance along the way. So let's take a look to finish this video off next at the coin market cap website and the overall market cap of cryptos over the last close to 2 years. And what we're going to see in here, and we're going to take a look at the story, where we go. I'm going to go through this fast, but really slow. Just take some time to do it. So from the first move in here, this is a log scale chart. From here to here, two things happened. One, it was a rally from the start of that to here. Then it was a rally, but a broken up trend line. I'm not going to draw the line in, but the rate of ascent that it would have in here, if you break it, big gain. Big gain will occur to this top. And then a price correction, first through time, then through price to this bottom. And then we had a small rally, lower high rally. No, higher high rally, sorry. Lower high, price correction, not time, but price. And then the same thing at the start happened. Two rallies occurred from here to here. As right around in here, the trend changed, this level of resistance broke. And then the top. And within the using Microsoft Paint, what I like to do is push print screen on the computer, and then whatever is on there will come up. So I push Paint, I'll paste it into a notepad. There we go. So I just want to remove the drawings quickly as one way. And then you could do a whole bunch of stuff as well. But from this top, what we have seen is down move, lower high rally, correcting through time. Price move down, barely breaking over previous low. Price correction through, correction through price, not time, but lower high. Then a consistent down move, sideways correction in here. Down move, a most outrageously long side correction here, and it's now changed to that of a leg lower. It's been making patterns of lower highs, lower lows. These trend lines are always going to consistently break back and forth. So that one broke. It's been a long decline since. So at some point, however you draw the trend lines in, this is one of the things you're going to be needing to look for good confirmation that, hey, we might be in the early stages of a good sustained long run coming, because once you break a trend like that, you could have a decent duration of time in the other direction. And of course, when looking at the overall move, first half is up, the second half is down. Who wins between the bulls and the bears? There was two turns. Turn number one would be everything up to, well, up in here. And then turn number two, everything since. Well, easy way of looking at it is point A to point B. Well, point B is up here. To right now where we stand at point C. Now, granted, this is actually even more of an up move because I'm just starting to make the chart look nicer from here. But the up move before this is in much, much lower. That, if, say, price action even comes down to here, the bulls are still winning this game because from point A to point B to point C, I'm expecting A to be a smaller number than C, or that's to be a higher low. And then on the situation of a break of this resistance, when it comes, then I would suspect that we'd have some good gains. So my best guess is that Bitcoin prices are going to head back down to 3,000. And a very good chance of a bottom. Maybe it'll hit even 1,000 because that's a 68.2, but I think from either the 3,000, which I think is more favored to be a bottom than 1,000 would be, in that area, of course, and then sustained rally from that point for at least one monster good long-term leg higher. Because after all, within the long term, you got rally up here, correction down through time mainly in here. Rally higher, large correction, sort of like what we're seeing right now. Then the rally from this low in here has just been spectacular. So then we've had the correction area. So all through here I was calling it a half-assed rally. Well, now it's about an 80% or correction, yeah. Half-assed correction. Now it's like an 80% one. If it gets to 3,000, spend a bit more time. It's a really good correction. But even price action coming down in here is going to sustain to me what I would consider a nice higher low. And thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.